There are moments when you look at someone's face and feel completely lost. No warmth. No visible emotion. No reaction you can read. Just a quiet, still expression that gives you nothing. And you start asking yourself subtle questions. Are they hiding something? Are they protecting themselves? Or do they simply not feel the same way other people do? Emotionally cold people often confuse us because their silence looks like distance, and their calmness looks like emptiness. But behind that unreadable expression lies a deeper psychology, a history, a pattern, a hidden set of reasons that shape the way they respond to the world. And the truth is, people who appear emotionally cold are not all the same. Their stories are different. Their defenses are different. And their type of coldness reveals far more than it hides. By the time you finish listening, you might recognize these patterns in someone you know, or even in yourself, because emotional coldness is always rooted in something deeply human. Type 1, the frozen survivor. Some people do not begin life cold. Life makes them that way. It often begins in childhood, long before they even understand what emotions truly are. Maybe they grew up with parents who ignored their feelings. Maybe they were constantly criticized, dismissed, or punished for expressing vulnerability. Or maybe they trusted someone deeply, a friend, a sibling, a caretaker, who eventually betrayed that trust. When this kind of pain happens early enough, the brain learns a powerful emotional rule. Feelings are unsafe. Vulnerability hurts. Silence protects. Psychologists call this emotional conditioning. The brain starts linking emotional expression with danger. Even simple vulnerability, crying, asking for help, speaking honestly, activates the same stress responses that were triggered during painful experiences. So the child learns to close their emotional doors. And when these children grow into adults, that emotional survival mechanism comes with them. On the outside, they seem steady and calm. On the inside, they are constantly preventing themselves from feeling too much. They prefer surface-level conversations because depth feels risky. They avoid emotional closeness because intimacy feels like exposure. Even when they desperately want connection, their body reacts with fear. People often say, they don't care. But the truth is, they care so deeply that caring once cost them something they still haven't healed from. Their coldness is a shield, not a personality. A survival strategy, not a flaw. Type 2, the analytical mind. Not every emotionally cold person comes from trauma. Some come from thinking too much. These are the hyperrational types, logical, introverted, analytical. They see the world like a giant puzzle, and instead of reacting with emotion, they react with solutions, strategies, and reasoning. Tell them you're sad, and they don't say, I'm here for you. Instead, they say, well, here's how to fix it. It's not cruelty. It's instinct. Their mind prioritizes problem-solving over empathy. Emotions have always felt inefficient to them. Messy. Hard to measure. Hard to control. So instead of dealing with feelings, they rely on facts. This type doesn't show affection in the traditional sense. They won't give a dramatic response or emotional reassurance. Instead, they show love through actions, fixing things, planning ahead, taking care of practical needs. To many people, they seem distant. But for them, this is the safest and clearest form of connection they know. They simply express care in a language that not everyone understands. Type 3, the narcissistic identity. Narcissistic traits create a very specific kind of coldness, the polished, charming, confident exterior with frozen emotional depth underneath. They often grew up believing that love had to be earned. That affection was conditional. That approval came only when they performed well enough. So as adults, they chase admiration but avoid genuine intimacy. Why? Because real emotional closeness requires vulnerability, and vulnerability threatens the fragile self-esteem they've built their entire identity around. This type often struggles to connect deeply because other people's emotions feel inconvenient. Not because they're cruel, but because they never learned how to sit with feelings, their own or anyone else's. So they create a narrative where everything stays in their control. They remain distant, polished, and emotionally guarded. It's not that they don't want connection. It's that they don't know how to keep it without feeling exposed. They're not villains. They're people who learn to protect themselves through ego, distance, and performance. Coldness is simply the armor they never learn to remove. Type 4, the silent judge. This is the mysterious cold type, the one who watches more than they speak. Their quietness isn't fear. It isn't trauma. It isn't ego. It's awareness. They enter every environment like observers, analyzing people carefully. The way you talk. The way you treat others. The consistency of your behavior. They study everything long before they trust. To outsiders, they might seem uninterested or aloof. But the truth is, they're simply cautious. They believe emotions give away too much information too quickly, so they reveal nothing at all. Not yet. These individuals have their own internal loyalty test, and once you pass it, they can be some of the most dedicated, sincere people you'll ever meet. But until then, they stay distant, quiet, unreadable. Not out of arrogance. Out of instinct. So who do you recognize? Now that you've seen the 4 types. The frozen survivor. The analytical mind. The narcissistic identity. The silent judge. Which one stands out to you? Do you see these patterns in someone around you? Or do you see pieces of yourself in them? Emotional coldness is not the absence of emotion. It's the presence of history, written in silence. If this made you think differently, if it made you understand yourself or someone else a little more clearly, then stay with us. Hit subscribe, because every day we explore the psychology that shapes who we are. Like the video, it helps more people find messages like this.